right? We discussed the applications of research in business in the last session. Also, we started discussing regarding the different questions in the research. Is the PPT visible to you?
Yes, sir.
And my voice is also audible.
Yes, sir. Yes.
So we started discussing related to the different questions in the research. We saw that any research process that starts with a management dilemma. Hmm. And dilemma means a state of confusion or state of difficulty in taking decisions. So any research will start with a management dilemma. Then the origin, selection, statement, exploration and refinement of this management question is most critical part of the research process. So the management dilemma need to be expressed in terms of a management question very clearly so that the research can be based to solve that management question. Any type of research, a thorough understanding of original question is very important for the success of the research, and therefore a well defined precise research questions need to be developed. This can help you to your business research to be focused and your results to be actionable and feasible, useful to the management. So we understood that there are these three important terms which we have learnt in the slide, that is management dilemma, management action questions and research questions. So these terms we have understood. Then we saw the hierarchy. What is the hierarchy of these questions or the different steps in refining this management question that we saw. In this hierarchy, you can observe there are 6 different stages through which we can refine the research to be conducted, research to be done for the particular solution of a management problem. These 6 steps we saw. The first step is the management dilemma of management, the confusion or a state of difficulty in taking the decisions. So here management dilemma, what symptoms cause management concern, what environmental stimuli raise the management's interest. So this management dilemma is characterized by the different symptoms. It is not problem, but those are the symptoms of different problem or a signal of some opportunity. This management dilemma need to be converted or need to be expressed in terms of a clear management question. That is how management can eliminate the negative symptoms. If it is a problem, how we can eliminate the negative symptoms, and if it is an opportunity, how can management fully capitalize on that opportunity. So that is clearly stating the management question. Once the management question is framed, it need to be converted into a research question over which we can plan further research. So this research, framing the research questions is important step wherein we convert management question into research questions. So the most probably all these management questions are related to what decision to be taken related to how we can eliminate the negative symptoms or how we can capitalize on that opportunity. And the research questions will be directed towards what all plausible, that means practical courses of action or alternatives available to correct the problem or take the advantage of the opportunity which can be considered. These research questions can be further converted to investigative questions, wherein we try to investigate, we try to understand what does the manager need to know to choose the best alternative from the available source of action. What is the needed information to choose the correct alternative from all the different available alternative courses of action. And then the another step comes, that is management question, wherein measurement question. So in this measurement question, we frame the questions which can be asked to the respondents or the sample for the study. And in this question, what do we intend to understand is what should be asked or observed to obtain the information the manager needs. So all these measurement questions need to be directed towards what should be asked or observed to obtain the information which the manager needs. And the last step in this management research hierarchy is management decision. So once the information is collected through the measurement questions, on the basis of that information, what is the recommended course of action given the research findings? When that findings of the research comes, what is the recommended course of action? Which alternative need to be chosen on the basis of those findings? That is the step number 6, that is management decision. This much we have discussed. Now going further, as I told you that we'll have one example of this hierarchy, how we can go about if there is a particular management dilemma. We will take the example and how that can be converted to management question and subsequently to the research question, investigative question, measurement question, and management, how the management decision can be taken on the basis of that. That example we will take so that it will be clear to you. So the step number 1 in this management hierarchy, as we have discussed, is the management dilemma or a state of confusion or state of difficulty in taking the decision regarding which alternative to be chosen. So this step number 1, that is management dilemma. Here what you need to do is you have to, here you means the researcher need to try to answer what factors have resulted in the current problem, what environmental factors have stimulated the issue. So whatever confusion is there or whatever difficulty in taking the decision is there, you need to give a try regarding the understanding of what environmental issues or factors have stimulated this particular issue. You see the example. Example is about the different complaints which are being received regarding the product. Now here we are trying to address this issue by understanding what are the different basic environmental factors or what are the different issues behind this problem. So here we have tried to identify there is a delay, so that I have underlined. Example is an increased number of complaints have been received. That is the main dilemma, or that is the main problem that management is facing. And the underlying issue which we have identified is delay in the delivery. Why that complaints? What are those complaints all about? Those complaints are about delay. Most of those complaints are related to delay. So we are stating here the dilemma. We are stating the dilemma in this sentence that an increased number of complaints have been received regarding a product due to delay in its delivery. So the main issue behind those complaints we have identified in this dilemma is the delay in the delivery. Getting the point?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So,
sir.
yes, thank you. So that is the first step, that is management dilemma. Second step in this, second step is management question. Now we'll have to understand the management dilemma completely, and we will have to convert that dilemma into a proper management question. So framing this proper management question is important so that the further research can be based on this management question to give a solution to this management question. So here what the researcher has to do is, the researcher has to understand how can management fully eliminate the factors that are causing this problem. How can they avail the opportunity? So there, the dilemma or the state of difficulty in taking the decision is maybe about a problem or an opportunity. So here we have to understand how that management can fully eliminate the factors that are causing the problem, how that problem can be solved, or how that opportunity can be taken, or how that opportunity can be explored. So example, the same example we will continue for all these steps. So in this example, how that management question can be framed is, what can be done so that the delay in the delivery of the product does not occur again? So the management dilemma or management difficulty in taking the decisions was related to the different complaints about the product. We primarily understood that the complaints are all about the delay in the delivery, and now we are framing the management question is how the delay can be avoided. What can be done so that the delay in the delivery of the product does not occur again? How that delay can be avoided? That is our management question. Have you understood how we have converted the dilemma into a proper management question? Right. So dilemma was about the different complaints which are coming for the product, specifically related to the delay. Now management question is how that delay can be avoided so that complaints will not be there. So the main management question is now how the delay of the delivery in the product can be avoided. Getting? Are you understanding?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, thank you. So once a management question is now framed, we go to the step number 3. Step number 3 is about research question. Now that management question need to be specified in terms of research question. To conduct a research based on the management question, we need to convert that management question into a proper research question on which the further research can be conducted. So by taking which course of action the management can eliminate the factors that are causing the problem, or what courses of action is available so that opportunity can be availed. So for that particular problem or that particular opportunity, what are the different alternatives available? If it is a problem, what are the different alternatives we have to eliminate that factors, or what are the different alternatives through which we can eliminate that problem? Or if it is that opportunity, then how we can avail that opportunity? What are the different opportunities through which we can avail that opportunity? That is all about research question. So in the same example, how we can frame the research question is by understanding, should the delivery service be switched to another company? So the management question was how that delay can be avoided. Delay in the delivery of the product, how that can be avoided. Now the research question is specific. Should the delivery service be switched to another company? Can that delivery be made through another company or another alternative so that the delay can be avoided? So once this research question is framed, we go to investigative question. So now we want to do the investigation. So the investigation question will try to answer which alternative is most suitable for the managers in order to avail the opportunity. Now, among the different available alternatives, which alternative is most appropriate to eliminate that particular problem or to avail that opportunity is the management question. So in this example, we can see which specific delivery company can be used for the delivery of this product. So now investigative question is very specific. Which specific delivery company can be used for the delivery of the product? Which companies are available and which company is the most suitable for the delivery of the particular product? Going ahead, we will have to frame the measurement questions based on the investigative questions. Whatever investigation we want to perform, we want to conduct, we will have to frame measurement questions through which we can measure we can collect the data. So these measurement questions need to be very specific and should measure the questions we want to investigate or the investigations which we want to make. This measurement question is about how can the questions be measured. Whatever investigative questions we have, for example, in this case, the investigative question is which specific delivery company can be used for the delivery of the product. So for this, how can the questions be measured? What need to be asked or observed for the information needed to solve the problem? The management research question. For the management research question which we have, what specific questions we need to ask to the respondents so that the problem can be solved, or we can collect, or we can have the data which we expect to solve that particular problem. So this measurement questions in this case is what is the approximate delivery time of the best delivery company in the city. So now the measurement question, how can we measure the particular delivery? The question is what is the approximate delivery time of the best delivery company in the city. So by understanding this, we can probably solve this management problem. What is the approximate delivery time of the best delivery company in the city? Our main management question was the delay in the, how can we avoid the delay in the delivery of the product? That was our main management question in this particular example. So now measurement questions, to solve this management question, we have framed, that is what is the approximate delivery time for the best delivery company in the city. So the optimum or the best delivery system or the company which is available in the market or in the city which can solve our problem, what is the approximate delivery time? So once we get this information, we can avoid the delay of that particular delivery of the product. This is about measurement question. And then management decision. So once we get the information, what is the approximate time required by the best delivery company in the city, we come to the last step, that is management decision. So based on the different findings which are being obtained through that research, what actions should the management take? What action to be taken? So in our example, which we have discussed, based on the data which is obtained, should the company switch to new delivery company or not? So we have now got the information regarding the delivery time of the best service, best product delivery system, or best service delivery channel in the city. So based on that data, should the company switch to that new delivery company or not? That is the management decision. That is the last step. So once we have this information about the delivery time of the best service in the city, management can take the decision on the basis of this information, which can be then implemented to solve that particular problem. Have you understood how we have converted the management dilemma into the subsequent questions, which can then be used to conduct the research and to get the data, which can be finally useful for taking the management decision? Have you understood this process? So once again,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
yes, thank you. So once again, I will go through this example so that it will be more clear to you. So this steps of management research question hierarchy, we will go one by one from the step number 1, the management dilemma. In this example, the management dilemma was related to the different complaints which are being received related to the product, and we try to understand that it is related to the delay in the delivery. Step number 2, management question. So the management question, we have the dilemma we have refined and converted to a management question. The specific management question is, what can be done so that the delay in the delivery of the product should not occur again? The dilemma is about the complaints, what to be done. Now the management question is how that delay can be avoided. The third step, the research question, what research to be conducted to solve this management question. Research question is, should the delivery service be switched to another company? Fourth step, that is investigative question, investigations to be made. The question is, what specific delivery company can be used for the delivery of the product? What are the different alternatives available for that particular delivery? Going further, the measurement question, we now specifically ask the people or the respondents related to what is the approximate delivery time of the best delivery company in the city. Once we have all this data about the delivery time of the best delivery company in the city, that information is put forth or presented to the management to take the decision. So based on this data which is obtained, should that company switch over to the new delivery system or not? That is the management's decision. So with this information which is made available to the management will be able to take the right decision so as to avoid the delay in the delivery of this product. Are you getting this process?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So we will go ahead. If it is understood, we will go ahead and we'll take few more examples so that the concept is more clear to you. Here are a few other examples from different industries, so as to make you understand how the conversion of management dilemma to management question to research questions can be done. Here is another example of a healthcare service. This manager of a healthcare service has a dilemma in this example. The dilemma or the difficulty which he is facing is about the increasing number of complaints related to healthcare service quality. Now, in this dilemma, we have specified or we have tried to explore what this dilemma is all about. The dilemma is all about the healthcare service quality. The symptoms which we can observe, symptoms are about the complaints. Complaints are the different symptoms, and the root cause or the issue behind that cause is related to the quality of that healthcare service. Now we have framed this management question specifically, which states that what can be done to improve the service quality. Now the issue is about the different complaints which are received related to the healthcare service quality. The management question is specific about what can be done to improve the service quality. This management question then can be further converted to research questions on the basis of which the research can be conducted. So the research questions framed on the basis of this management question in this example, the question number 1, is there a real problem in the quality of the service, or is the perceived quality of the service is poor? So while conducting the research, see how we have converted the management question to the research question. First question we have asked, is there a real problem in the quality of service? So the complaints are all about the quality of the service of quality of healthcare service. First research question is that, is there a real problem in the quality of the service, or it is the perceived problem, or the people are feeling that there is a problem. Sometimes it happens that the quality of the service is good, but then people do not understand the reasons behind it, or the particular reason why that particular service is being offered. In healthcare services, most of the time this happens. The quality of the service may be good. However, if the patient or the customer do not understand why the tests are being conducted, or why this particular type of treatment is being given, then they may feel that the service quality is poor. Even if the service quality is good, they may feel that there is a problem in the service. So in this example, the first research question which the researcher have pointed, the first question he wants to know is there a real problem in the quality of the service, or the people are perceiving that the quality is poor? That is the first question. Second research question which we have framed here is, which category of health services are generating the major portion of the complaints? So where the actual problem lies, which category of health services, which services people are facing problem, or people are doing complaints related to which category of healthcare services which we are offering? That is the second important research question we want to address. The third question is, what specific improvements can improve these services? So if you understand which categories of the services are facing problem or are not at a proper quality, what can be done, or what improvements can be done so that people feel the quality of the service? So what specific improvements the customer or the patients expect? Fourth is, what may be expected as an outcome of the improvement? So if we understand, or if we identify that this particular improvement need to be done, so it's okay if we implement that particular improvement or do the improvement in that particular service? Will the customers or the patients be satisfied with that particular improvement or not? That is our fourth research question. What may be expected as an outcome of the improvement? Whether the customers will be satisfied or not, whether the issue will be resolved. Are you getting this example?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
And this is a very good example of healthcare service, how that management dilemma can be further refined to a management question, and how that management question can be further converted to research questions on the basis of which the research can be conducted. We'll take another example of a vice president of labor relations for an auto manufacturer. So automobile manufacturer company, the dilemma or that question is about the problems which the vice president is facing. Now this management dilemma in this particular example is low productivity and high absenteeism at the manufacturing plant. So in that particular manufacturing plant, there may be high absentee rate and low productivity. So that is the symptoms. If you can observe, these are the different symptoms. The main problem may be something different. So the symptoms are low productivity and high absenteeism, which is a concern of that vice president. So we try to refine this question in terms of management question. So the refinement or the refined question which is framed is, what are the causes of low productivity and high absenteeism? This low productivity, high absenteeism in the manufacturing plant are different symptoms. But specifically, we want to understand what are the different causes of low productivity and high absenteeism. Low productivity, high absenteeism, these are the different symptoms. The reasons or the causes may be something different, and that we want to obtain or that we want to understand through management question. Management's question here is to understand the different causes for low productivity and high absenteeism. So once we have understood this management question, that management wants to understand the different causes for low productivity and high absenteeism rate of the different employees. The research questions which are framed to answer this management question are like question number 1. What are the causes of low productivity that related to personal issues? So first research question we have framed related to the low productivity, and we want to ask, what are the different causes of low productivity that related to personal issues? Are the causes of low productivity are related to the different personal issues? And if yes, what are the different personal issues related to those low productivity? That is question number 1. Question number 2, what are the causes of low productivity that relate to technology or the manufacturing plant? So if the low productivity is not about the personal issues, are the causes of low productivity are related to the technology or the manufacturing plant? Third question, what are the causes of absenteeism? Now we are addressing to the second problem in this example, that is absenteeism. What are the different causes of absenteeism? Question number 4, is there an employee moral problem in the plant? And if so, what are the major dimensions? So absenteeism, if people are inclined towards remaining absent most of the time, is it because of the moral problem? Has the moral got affected in the plant? Do you understand what is moral? Moral? Do you understand the word employee moral? Snehal, Santosh, Kunal, can we have little bit interaction? Priyanka, Pallavi, Parinita. Employee moral.
Yes, sir.
What is employee moral?
Sir, choice between what is wrong or right between the employee.
No. What you are saying,
One is-
you know the take understand that what you are saying is about ethics, isn't it? Ethics
Okay,
is
okay.
ethics is about what is wrong or right. Now, employee moral is about the motivation of the people to work, their willingness or their participation or their interest in the work, their motivation to perform better in the work. That is about moral. Now understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So moral means about the motivation. So the fourth question which we have framed in this particular example is there an employee moral problem in the plant? Is there any incident or is there any factor which is affecting the moral of the people in the plant? So if there is a problem in this plant related to employee moral, or they are losing the interest in the work because of some problem, that need to be corrected. And therefore this question number 4 is specific to understand the employee moral problem in the plant, and if it is there, what are the major dimensions, how that employee moral has gone down, because of which reasons. So these are the different questions which we have framed to understand what are the different causes of low productivity and high absenteeism in this particular example. We'll take one more example of a retail advertising manager of a major metropolitan newspaper. So it is a retail advertising manager of a newspaper. Is this slide visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So this retail advertising manager has a dilemma or the difficulties. The difficulties about should these advertising rates be revised? The advertising rates, should they be revised or not? That is a difficulty which he is facing. And to solve this difficulty or his confusion or difficulty in taking the decision, the specific management question is need to be framed. That specific management question is, should the advertising rates be revised? By how much? How much to be revised? How much charges should be there? Rates to be there? And what gains are expected from the revision? What will be the benefit of the revision in the rates? If we increase the rates, whether we'll be at benefit or will be at loss? So that is the management question. Should the advertising rates be revised? If yes, by how much? And what will be the outcome of that revision in rates? That is a specific management question which we have framed. Now based on this, once we want to conduct a research on the basis of this management question, the specific research questions will be, first is, what are the rates of competing publications? So if we want to add improvise or increase the rates of advertising, what are the rates of competing publications, what the other publishers or other newspapers are charging to the advertisements? That we need to understand first. So it will happen if only we are increasing the rates and competitors are not increasing the rates. It may happen that we will be at loss. We will not get the advertisements. People or the companies will shift to other newspapers for their advertisements. So first question, very important here we have framed, is what are the rates of competitor publications? What are the advertising rates of other competitor publications they are charging? Second question is, what should be the differentials between rate for different positions be? So there are different position rates as per the positioning in the newspaper. If it is on the front page, the rates will be different. If it is in the next page, the rates will be different. So what will be the difference in the rates for the different positions of the advertisement? Third question, what impact that rate increase will have on the demand for the advertising? So as I said, if we increase the rate, will we be at a benefit, or will we lose? So what will the impact, what will be the outcome of revision on rates? That is third question. And fourth important question is, what should the revised advertising tariff structure be? So how should be the revised advertising tariff structure or rate structure look like, or what should be the revised framework of rates for that advertisement? So these are different research questions which we can frame on the basis of management question. We have discussed this management question, management and research question hierarchy, the different 6 steps, the example we took, and we further took few examples from other industries so as to have a clarity on how this step number 1, or what are the different questions in a research, how that management question be further refined to convert it into a management question and subsequently to research questions, and how the research can be conducted by having investigative questions and the different measurement questions based on investigative questions that we have learned. Is there any query in whatever we have discussed till now? Any query? Or you have not understood anything? Abhishek, Asmita, Devendra?
No, sir, we understand.
I will ask questions in the next session. If you have understood, I will ask questions based on this.
Okay, sir.
Shall we go ahead?
Sure, sir.
So the next topic in this unit, which we are going to discuss, is about research proposal. So research proposal. Have you heard of this term, research proposal? Have you heard this term, research proposal?
No, sir.
So now we'll discuss about this topic, research proposal. This is also one of the important thing a researcher has to perform before conducting a research. So research proposal, what it is? First of all, a research proposal, we have to understand, is a work plan or outline of research or the methodology of research. It describes the procedure to carry out the research. So it is a plan or outline or framework of the research which need to be prepared before we conduct the actual research. You all will agree that research, or to conduct a research, company has to invest. Company, it has economical implications on the company. Whenever we are going to conduct any research, it has economical, financial implications on the company. Money is required to conduct the research, isn't it? Are you agree on this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So conducting any research, investment is required, and to do this investment, the management need to be agree on the usefulness of the research. Management should feel that whatever research we are conducting will be useful for us to take the decisions. It will be worth spending the money, and therefore they will invite the research proposal from the researcher. So the person who is performing the research, that is the researcher, need to present a proposal or a work plan how he is going to conduct that research. That plan we can call it as a research proposal. So in this plan he have to specify everything about the particular research, how he will conduct, what instruments he will use, what will be the cost, how much time he will require. Everything he will have to specify and need to present to the decision makers or the top management. And once this research proposal is approved by the management or the decision makers, then they can go further to conduct the actual research. Therefore, you will see that this research proposal is very important. The researcher, when he is presenting this research proposal, he need to take care that research proposal need to be attractive, need to be understandable, need to communicate the different methodologies which is being used in this research, how he is going to carry out this research, the cost and the timelines of the research need to be clearly mentioned. He need to present it to the top management or the decision makers so well that it should be acceptable to the management, and therefore a proper care need to be taken while preparing this research proposal. This research proposal need to be attractive, need to cover all the aspects of the research, need to provide the cost, need to provide the timelines, and it should justify the usefulness of this research. It should justify, give reasons why this research is important and how this research can be of use to the management. So before giving approval to this research, management will always think of the cost and benefit analysis. So management will compare the cost of the research and the benefits out of this research. If they think that this research is feasible, research is practical, it is of a affordable cost, and the benefits are of value, then they may approve the research proposal. And once this proposal is approved, then the researcher can start with the actual research. He will conduct the research and then present the findings. Are you getting this point? What is the research proposal?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So this is a brief introduction of the research proposal. Now we'll go ahead to understand that it is a roadmap. So once we have research proposal in place, it is a plan or a roadmap which will give a direction and guide the researcher. It is also termed as statement of intent, draft plan or work plan or prospectus. So it can be called by different names. It can be called as an intent of draft plan or work plan or the prospectus. What it is basically is about a roadmap, or it is a guideline, or it is a plan on which the researcher will conduct the research. So this plan can also help the researcher so as to go ahead about the research. Third thing, important thing which we want to understand is it is intended to convince others. So as I told you earlier, this research proposal will be helpful to be presented to the decision makers or the management to convince them why this research is useful, why this research need to be conducted. Generally, a research proposal should contain all the key elements involved in the research process and include sufficient information to the readers. Those readers may be the management or the decision makers so as to evaluate the proposed study. So as I told you, the research proposal should cover all the aspects of the research which he is intending to conduct, and should include all that pertinent information so that the readers or the top management should evaluate the proposed study. They should be able to evaluate the research proposal, whether the research proposal is of use or not, whether that research proposal be approved or not. So this research proposal, as I told you, is a proposal, or it is a plan which will be helpful to the researcher to convince the management whether this research is useful or not. It can be also helpful. This research proposal can also be helpful to evaluate the management. The management can evaluate this plan of the research so as to take a decision whether this research can be conducted, should be conducted or not. Getting this? Another important point, all research proposals, irrespective of area and methodology, must address the following questions. So whatever problem we want to address, whatever research we want to conduct in any type of subject or area, all those research proposals should address the following questions. They should contain, or they should include, these following aspects. First question they need to address is what you plan to accomplish, what you want to achieve through this research. Second question, what you want to do, why you want to do it, and how you are going to do it. So what is the purpose, why you want to do it, and how you are going to do that. So all these three basic important questions need to be there in a research proposal. So for whatever type of research you are planning to do, or in any type of subject or area you want to perform research, these three basic questions need to be addressed through that research proposal. Going ahead, I will just tell you the different elements of the research proposal. What a research proposal should include, what are the topics, or what are the different contents of the research proposal. Typical research proposal should contain these basic elements or basic components in the research proposal. I will just read out those components. First is executive summary. Further, in the subsequent slides, we are going to discuss all these elements or components in detail. However, I will just briefly tell you while we are going through this list. Executive summary is all about the summary or the snapshot, or we can say that it is a small trailer or small idea about the entire research. So executive summary will briefly tell the decision makers about what is there in this particular proposal. Second is your problem statement. Third element is research objectives. Then literature review of the earlier literature or earlier research in that particular subject, that is called as literature review. Next is specifying or giving details about the importance or benefits of that particular research or the study. Next component is research design, defining or detailing the design or framework of the research. Next is data analysis, how the data analysis or the information which is being received can be analyzed, details about the data analysis. Then result deliverables. Here at the stage of research proposal, we will not be able to give the results, what will be the actual results of the particular research. However, we will be specifying deliverables. That means what outcomes are expected through this study, or what benefits can be obtained through this research, that will be discussed in research deliverables. Then is expertise of the researcher. Then the researcher need to specify his experience, his expertise in special areas. Next is budget. So he need to specify the cost or the budget of that particular research, step by step, at what stage what will be the cost of conducting research. All that need to be specified in the budget. After that is a timeline. So how much time the research will require, those timelines need to be specified. Stepwise timelines can be given. What time will be required for particular stage, maybe for this particular first step, or the stages before the actual survey, like the defining the problem, research objectives, literature review, how much time it will take. Then how much time it will take to actual survey or collecting the information, how much time it will take to analyze the information, and how much time it will take to interpret the results. All that timelines can be provided stage wise. And the last one is bibliography. That means all the references which are being used to understand this current problem. As we have earlier discussed, that to understand the problem clearly, we go through different research which is being conducted earlier, or the different books, different magazines, to get the more clarity about the particular problem, or to understand the different dimensions of that problem, to have a clarity about the problem. So those books or those sources which we have used can be mentioned in the bibliography. So these are the different elements of research proposal in brief. We'll discuss all these components of research proposal in detail, each and every topic or each and every component in detail, but in the next session. Before we close the session, I am making this session open so as to understand your queries. If you have any queries, you can ask me.